Eric Branch, San Francisco Chronicle, good reporting, has a
Uh-huh.
source. I wonder who it could be, who says Alex Mack hasn't decided if he's going to play this season. The Niners have said he's leaning towards it. He's most likely going to play. They think he's going to play. He doesn't know. Hasn't made up his mind. It's pretty freaking late in the process. I think he pretty much has to tell the Niners by the time the draft rolls around, so they could potentially bring in his replacement. So my question is, I mean, don't predict what's going to happen. We don't know. We'll find out. If he retires, do you think the 49ers will draft a center in round 2 with their first pick?
I don't think so. I don't think they'll draft a center at 61. There's a big gap there in between the top guy and that spot. And unless they trade up to get Linderbaum, I don't see them getting going after center in round 2. There's plenty of decent centers that can go after that. There's Donovan West out of ASU,
Later,
Arizona
yeah.
State. There's Luke Fortner from Kentucky, Cole Strange from Chattanooga. All those guys are kind of in that 60 to 100 range in terms of their ranking. And then you look at the two guys that we know that they've met with it. That's Cam Jurgens out of Nebraska and Jason Poe from Mercer. Those are two guys that are going to be later on in the draft as well. So I don't think we're going to see center be the top pick for the 49ers, even though it's a need.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that like if they don't have Alex Mack, they could go sign a starting center. But they've been real careful about signing. Like I've noticed most of their big signs have been very young players. Ray's 25, Travarius Ward is 25. Maybe they'll get some vet, but I think the whole idea is to get younger players to like grow with Trey Lance. So I'm not sure the Niners, I mean, they don't have any cap space, as you pointed out. If they created cap space, it would have to go to other draft picks and a Deebo Samuel signing bonus. So I think if they're thinking we need to replace a starting center with a draft pick, you really want to wait till round 3? That's ambitious. I mean, this team isn't that even great at drafting in round 2. Aaron Banks was like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if they really want a starting center, you might not want to wait much longer than 61. And I know you pointed out it's not a great spot to take a center. I totally agree with that. Doesn't mean they won't reach and say, hey, he was the guy we wanted all. That's what they did with Aaron Banks last year. Everyone was like, 4th round prospect, Aaron Banks. They're like, no. We love him. We love him. Don't worry about it. Offensive line, Notre Dame, great player. That's the way it went down. So I don't know. It seems to me that they could take someone like Cam Jurgens and say, hey, we had a 2nd round grade on him. He was going to go.
We had to take him. We'll see. I don't know. I'm based, just based off of the visits and things that they have. I don't see them taking a center that earlier. They have a starting center on the roster already. They have Daniel Brunskill. He signed today, so they've got him coming back. He started 8 games in 2020. I know you're big Daniel Brunskill fan.
I don't dislike Daniel Brunskill. I was just giving you like,
no, but I mean,
he's not bad. He's not a bad player.
If he's starting all year long, it's one thing. It's not the yo-yo job that they did in 20 between him and Grassu and Garland, right? But it's not the rest of what you want either. I think in some ways maybe that's the direction they're already taking, and that's why you heard, you've heard about Jalen Moore and Banks being starters, this upcoming season, because maybe Brunskill is going to have to slide inside, and they already know that. Well, inside more. I mean, we know that that's kind of worst case scenario, but that's where this rookie that they're going to pick comes into play, and how quickly can he contend?
It does seem to me that like it's really tough for young players to play for the 49ers. Like on offense, it's such a complicated offense. So the center, you're just going to step in and be the Niners center. Like it's a big offense, man. Like you really got that. It seems like Juwan Jennings, it took him a year and a half to get a foothold. Aaron Banks, Jalen Moore basically were redshirted. Running backs can have success right away, but Trey Lance was redshirted. It seems like, I mean, it's Kyle's overly cautious, but it seems like if he had his preference with the offensive players, he would like them to like take a year to just study his scheme. I don't know.
I don't know. Weston Richburg was able to come in and start right away. I just think it depends on the player. And if it's as far as a rookie, yes, I agree with you on that. I think that's the case, because the other one I was gonna say was Lakin Tomlinson started right away too.
Right.
But he's not a center. He's not the one. Yeah. Center's different because you're like the quarterback. You've got to be making the call, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah. So I can see what you're saying. Maybe if they need a starting center, maybe Kyle would trust Daniel Brunskill more than he would trust the best center available at 61, Cam Jurgens. I can see that.
Sure.
And just say, we took 2 guards last year. Let's take another guard. I don't know. Have them compete with Colt McKivitt. Something.
Yeah, and it's even the situation where they bring him in and maybe they don't even expect to have whoever it is that's already on the roster start the full season. It's just going to be halfway, and then they expect the kid to be able to step in and take him the rest of the way.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Shivnor says, off topic, everyone seems excited about Trey Lance except the 49ers. I.e., Trey bootlegged Debo had fans excited before ball left his hands. It feels like the Niners have, if they have excitement, they're telling themselves they can't express it because they think it will inhibit their ability to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know. I think they're just going to end up sort of paying the Panthers to take Jimmy off their hands, if you know what I mean. It's we want the best draft pick next year possible. We'll pay most of his salary because we don't care.
Yeah, we'll pay half of his salary or whatever it is.
3/4, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is to get him.
We're gonna buy this draft pick from you so we can tell fans we got a conditional third next year. And a lot of people will be like, it was all worth it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they'll spin it, right?
It was all worth it, man.